Hello, it's George Atkinson, talking through a chart, and I'm going to be basically teaching you how to chart read, basically. So straight away, this is the EU USD pair, so the euro against the United States dollar, using Chinese candlesticks. So as you can see here, these are all candlesticks on a time frame daily. Okay, firstly, what are you seeing here? Well, what you are seeing is basically human behavior, human psychology. Okay, so let's start from here. We were quite confident. Obviously, EU did really well here, so there was a rally. So bulls, buyers, there who I'm going to be referring to, basically pushed the market up. Okay, so the human psychology of it was like, I want to get the price up. So people started to buy in here. So people were probably short here. As soon as it hit this price level, people were like, oh God, got to get into the position. So you suddenly see a lot of traders now getting from the short side onto the long side, and this causes this price movement. Because obviously there's a positive sentiment side on the bulls, but obviously now we're getting to here, 14991. So what's interesting about that? That's really close to 1.15. Okay, 5. That is a magnet point. A magnet point is basically a price point where price will always kind of move to, due to human nature and such what, because they want to get like a certain amount of like a return on a trade. For example, when you actually look at short trades and all these, they're only about 1,000 points, so 100 pips in a day, usually, obviously depending on the volatility. That's because traders will only go in for like a certain amount of time. They'll be like, I want to get 75 pips, and that's it for me, done for the day. So that's why there's not stupid volatility, which is good to know. So I have obviously identified some key levels here. So we'll start with one. This is the yearly high. Right, so obviously this is the highest price throughout this year, and it was also when this whole COVID situation started happening in Europe. I'm pretty sure Italy went into lockdown now. Yeah, price just went down. It completely plummeted. It was absolutely ridiculous. And right, and now too, obviously, price started going up. Interestingly, the UK going into lockdown is when the pubs in the UK, I know, upsetting, were shut, and basically price just jumped up. But this is just human behavior. This is just how markets work in a way, especially foreign exchange, because of the liquidity. The markets are a lot more efficient. If you look on like OTC and like other equities, the markets aren't really like that because obviously due to liquidity. Obviously, yeah. So two here, these sellers, these massive big fish, these bears, have pushed the price all the way down here. Now they're looking to liquidate their position. So they've liquidated their position here at this price level, causing the yearly low. Okay, so now these two prices now will affect future price. So, for example, let's say it just goes up randomly, blah 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 blah. It's there. It will most likely have a well. It's going to bounce off it basically because of future. So basically, these guys will probably place loads of orders here for future like movement. And now number 3. Okay, so this is a normal price resistance. So again, these large traders are probably just liquidating their positions here and hopping onto the other side and going down over here. And then what we see here is a price support. Because price support means is like, all right, you know what? Because the traders basically what they're doing, they're fighting over price. They want the buyers want the price to go up, sellers want the price to go down. Simple as that. So basically what that does here is like, oh God, no, you can't go higher than here. So actually, you know what, you can't go lower than here. And then it goes up here, it's like, actually, you know what, I'll accept that if you're thinking from a buyer's perspective. And then the seller's like, no, go away, go down to 4, which is again price support, and goes back up, price 5. And this is obviously a new price resistance level that's been created. And now what we see here is a range. And what ranges are is very interesting because it's uncertainty. We don't know about future movement, so we get stuck in a range, and that's what's happening here. It's going boom, 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 and obviously it's being very hesitant. So this is on the daily chart, so it's small movement. There's not actually a lot of movement. So debatably, it's getting ready to move, and I personally think it's probably going to jump up, just purely looking at it, or it might completely plummet. Personally, with the current climate, I wouldn't personally trade this at all. But yeah, it could go either way. It really could. But most, I think it'll go up most likely. But obviously, don't make any trades based on my assumptions. And yeah, basically that's it. There's a lot of uncertainty in the markets at the moment, so I wouldn't recommend trading. But yeah, that's kind of how the chart reads. You just need to identify levels, and you'd be like, all right, brill. I just understand this. These are humans. Okay, obviously you got some bots as well, but they can be semi-predictable. Obviously not 100%, but you could get like you could easily do 60%, just purely reading off charts. Success around the system. All right, anyway, that was me, George Atkinson, talking about the markets. Well, the EU USD pair, and yeah, give me your feedback. Cheers.